plants have to die, but it does not necessarily have to be this one. Next up, we have Viola Soria 11111111. Age 1, position photosynthesis. A wonderful, tiny, harmless little flower growing on the side of a secret military base. Absolutely delightful. What is its effect on the world? Shall we find out? If it dies, peace goes down. If it lives, peace goes up. Our peace is in the gutter, so maybe this is a plant we keep. Next on our list is Alpocurius pratensis, number large, age 1, position photosynthesis. Yet another blade of grass. Yabog. I should just write Yabog on every one of these cursed profiles. I'm so bored I could cry right now. Ooh, somebody's not taking their position. Seriously, no wonder fate had to intervene. Let's see. What is the effects that you have on the world? If you die, nature goes down, and if you live, nature goes up. Okay. We have a Cucurbita Peppo 421, age 2, is a bodybuilder. Cucurbita Peppo is an extremely large pumpkin weighing in at almost half a ton and still growing. It lives in a local sustainable farm. Lately, the farm has had a problem with flooding, which has destroyed many other pumpkin plants. Yeah, we did get an interesting text from I Hate My Job 171. I have a feeling that we know who this is. we may have met them. Let's see what their effect is on the world, shall we? If they live, nature goes up. If they die, nature goes down. Okay. Pretty standard across the board. And last but not least, we have Quercus Robar 814, age 118, a city air cleaner. Quercus is a really large and old oak tree in the Cosmopolis City Dog Park. It is a home to a family of squirrels, while also providing a safe place for a local cat that likes to watch dogs and their owners walk by. Their effect on the world is question marks across the board. We don't know. But we are amplifying nature. So, it is time to decide who lives and who dies. Remember, 3 plants have to die. 2 of them can live. What do we do with the old oak tree? Chat, now is the time to vote. Exclamation mark die or exclamation mark spare, whichever one you decide. Get your vote in now. The votes go quick. Time is almost up. If you're gonna participate, now is the last chance. Yes, sir, Bramble, sir. All right. This one must live. Nature goes up. If it had died, nature and wealth would go down. Nature and wealth are now positive. Only a little positive, but positive enough. Alrighty then. Time for the pumpkin, who is a bodybuilder. Vote. Do we kill him or do we spare him? Now is the time. Now remember, if I spare the pumpkin, the other 3 must die. This one is just plan to go up or down. That's it. It's tied. Yes, but most of these are plus nature. Like, This one is also plus nature. This one is plus or minus peace. So I will tell you now that the pumpkin, the blade of grass, and the companion plant are all just plus nature, plus or minus nature. The oak was plus or minus nature and or plus nature or minus nature and wealth. And the flowers are plus or minus peace. So we're going to try this vote again. You want the peace sounds good for the military one? Okay. Well, we have spared one plant. We can only spare one more. So I'm going to give this vote again now that you have a better overview of all these plants. Does this pumpkin live or die? Oh yeah, we're tanking nature. There's not much, like we've amplified nature, so this is a really great time to be amplified in nature, but here we are. I go through the overview. You guys can take notes for yourself. All right, pumpkin must die. There goes nature. Nature is being tanked. This blade of grass. Does it live or does it die? It's plus nature if it lives. It's minus nature if it dies. Currently, the only thing healthy in our world is wealth. All right. More tanking nature. Goodbye. All right. Here is our plus or minus peace. Does the flower live or does it die? It's up to chat. Last chance to get your vote in. Chat has decided to spare the pretty flower. Which means that wealth and nature are, or wealth and peace are positive, nature and population are negative. But this one must die, sadly. That's our quota for the day. 2 out of 4 things are good, 2 out of 4 things are bad. This is what we've got, and that is our choices. Oopsie poopsie, we tanked nature. Hello. What do you have to say?
All alone, Reaper. Power at your fingertips. It's electrifying. On your own. You know why? Because they're setting you up.
They trust my abilities.
They're hoping you'll mess up. And you will, because you're a fraud. Eat the blame, Reaper. You don't have what it takes to succeed. You're a void.
You're just trying to rattle me.
I am. keeping you on your toes, right? It's necessary. Eyes like a lighthouse, Reaper. Watch your back. Be seeing you.
Existential crisis still continuing. Well, time to go to Fate's office for our check-in. The cat sits behind the table, very serious and official-like, ignoring your presence. The most laid-back, polite answer would be coughs politely. No, we're number 18. We are number 18. Did an Act 1 test run? How'd that go, Mr. Scrake? Hilariously funny, you say. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. I didn't say it didn't, Bramble. The cat turns her head towards you, staring with her one open eye. She mutters, then places her paw upon some documents littering the table. The cat repeats the sequence of contented meows. She then curls back into a ball and closes her eyes. We have a rubber gerbil that we could give to the cat. We could say this was useful. The vibes that Trav gave us at the beginning was laid back, polite. So, see you tomorrow, I guess, is kind of the most laid back, polite answer we have here. Stealth everywhere. Oh, that is hilarious, Mr. Scrake. Give gerbil to cat it is. Okay. Hey cat, I brought you a gift. Lady Poddington's eyes grow wide and dark as you place the gerbil on the table. She pats the chew toy with her paw. The rubber toy squeaks eerily. See you tomorrow, I guess. The cat eagerly stares at the toy gerbil, fully ignoring your presence. The toy gives out a sad noise as you make your way out the door. Got a bit of a bonus today. Let's see if we can afford anything at Mortimer's.
Friend, your visit's like the sun. Regular. And warms the room.
Nice to see you too, Mortimer. We have Unholy Smokes, which is a clothing. A visage which is in equal parts bold, gruff, smooth, and cool. Straight from the old days when expensive advertising told me smoking was cool. We can't afford it, so let's go.
Smokes are deadly, ye know. A curse fouler than any I ever met. Not to me wildest dreams could I rob so many lives. 'Tis gazing down the length of an infinite tobacco stick, inching ever closer to the end. An ancient shaman gifted me this pack after I rescued their child from the rabid coyotes. Guess they weren't pleased with me good deed. Assume this visage and forever be reminded of the mortality of all.
What we know, Bramble, is that the departments for whether or not there are departments for inanimate objects such as computers, furniture, buildings, etc. is maybe. So I think this is a head situation. Let's find out. Kitty. Puppy. Pumpkin. Skull. Oh, it's person smoking. So we have smoking kills, lung damage, miner's lung, alt, Gerald, and then that's what we get. I'm gonna go back to my favorite, Poltergeist. There we go. Fate evaded the question rather than deny it, which is rather suggestive. Yes, it is rather suggestive. Yeah, but the term for furniture or buildings isn't dead, but dead is the term for computer hardware. It is true. His answer was that ruins seem very much alive, don't they? So at the end of the day, probably, but we can't say for sure. Time to get back to work. Back to human profiles, I see. Let's just sort things so that we have room. What does the news have to say? Crow News says world peace talks restarted as negotiators across the globe surprised and moved by mysterious deliveries of violet bouquets. EcoWatch has unnatural storms reported near national coastlines, small villages reported to be devastated. Culture Mag says the results are in. Bernard the Baobab clinches win in photography contest. Good for Bernard, I guess. Crow News has the Harvest Festival contest is done. First place goes to a large turnip. The turnip factory will use the prize money for a bulk order of pesticides. Also, new trees planted in Cosmopolis City local dog park. Aw, our old oak tree has some friends now. Polito, the military industrial complex is tackling progressive issues by having their first ever female CEO. That's the news. Morning, Grim. All right, we are back to normal. The plant department got their act together. You, however, should be intimately familiar with the drill by now. We mitigate chaos, we bolster order, etc. Quota for the day, 2 humans have to die. Let us balance the world. Fate. All right, so this is the state of the world. This is what we are boosting. We are boosting nature and wealth. And here comes the profiles. So now we need a new gerbil. We do. The gerbil is gone. Poor gerbil. We knew you only for a moment. Here come the profiles. Get ready to take notes. See less deaths. Christopher Pitt, 26, a dancer. Although Christopher is an amazingly graceful ballet dancer, they have secretly orchestrated snapped tendons and cracked ankles for their rivals. This ensured that they would get ahead in the game. They were banished from home when they were 16 because their parents were scared and confused about Christopher's sexual orientation. Poor Christopher. Let's see what his effect is on the world, shall we? We don't know. We just don't know. All right, next. Theophania Einer, 40, a CEO. Theophania is the latest heir of the Einer family. The family started off providing security almost 100 years ago with their initial Monitor C consulting firm. Over time, they've acquired a number of factories and grew into the arms-providing conglomerate now known as Sundowner Security Services. What do we know about you? Nothing. Question marks. So confused. All right. Next up is Citra Pascal, 23, a cashier. Citra takes all the shifts at the coffee shop they're physically able to take, so they could afford to buy deluxe cat food for their 5 cats. It's hard to remove all that cat fur before coming to work, but so far it seems they haven't given any customer allergic reactions. Remember, 2 humans have to die today. What do we know about Citra's effect on the world? If they die, population goes up. If they live, peace goes down. Peace and population go down. I suppose we could do this blown up, too. There you go. That's what we know about Citra. It may not be known whether they've given any other customers allergic reactions, but they probably have at some point. Last but certainly not least is Shizuka Arai, or Arai, something like that, 29, a truck driver. Long distance trucking can be really boring, or frustrating, or meditative. It gives plenty of time to contemplate issues or listen to audiobooks and podcasts. At least that's what Shizuka uses the time for. Their aspiration is to one day not drive trucks across the land. Reasonable. What is their effect on the world? We don't know. Mostly, we know nothing. So, 2 people must die today. Who will it be? We'll start with the truck driver. Live or die. Vote now. Or there's a big allergic reaction soon. That's true, Drav. That's true. But it is time to decide whether this truck driver lives or dies. We must kill 2 people. We will spare everybody else. Oh, the vote has broken again, so I will just go off the chat. Looks like we are sparing this one. They get to live! Congratulations. Now, let's see what their effect is on the world. Living is population up, nature down. Dying is wealth down, peace down. So, we did, we now the only thing that is in the negatives is nature. There we go. All right. Citra, we know the drill on. We know the drill for them, so let me see if I can't save and go back and see if that fixes it. All right. Does Citra live or die? Cashier with 5 cats. Cashier with 5 cats. Do you live or do you die? These are your effects on the world. What do we do? What do we do, chat? Well, apparently you guys want to spare them, so they will live. Peace is down. Nature is down. Population is up. Wealth is up. Okay. It does mean these 2 must die. So, no more votes. We're killing them. All right, the state of the world as we know it is that population is in the positives, everything else is not. So that's who lived and that's who died. Yeah, I saw that in passing. You don't have to pick up the marker to see the effects. You kind of do. It's finicky. Because, like, if I just hover over the marker... Ah, I see. There you go. I guess I don't need the marker, but it's just fun to have it. Well, those were our choices. The world is on fire, let's be honest here. It is. Okay.
Psst. Hey, we don't like what we see. It's suspicious.
What is?
All of it. The profiles, the tasks, the chats. Too clean, pristine. What a wreck. Listen to us, Reaper, not the others. Yeah. Listen to me. To me! Shh. They're probably eavesdropping right now. Let's be off.
You're gonna bring some oil? Good job, Mr. Scrake. Alright, well, that was an unproductive conversation. As you enter, the cat is whacking the chew toy aggressively with her paws. The toy cries in the most despondent voice possible. I'm here for the daily feedback thing. With majestic grace, the cat lowers her head into a pile of documents. The cat notes while casually twirling around in her spot, pawing at the table. I'll take this to mean I'm doing well. The cat carelessly stretches and shakes herself, seeming more or less pleased. A swift nod towards the door with her head makes it clear that you should be leaving. Let's see what we can afford today.
Ah, perhaps ye require a delightful gift for a significant friend.
We actually can afford the face of the great old one today. Yes.
By Jones' coffer, the slimy appendage is still here? I shudder at that very memory. Did not know which way was up, which way was down, where to step forward. The walls. They were everywhere. I grabbed what I could and ran as fast as me feet could go. As I emerged from the darkness, I found myself standing in the middle of a carnival. Truly a nightmare.
So we have bought all of the stuff that helps us in our work, all of the desk items. We have bought all of the cosmetics. There is nothing more in the Emporium for us to buy, but I will still check it. I bought all the items from the shop. Let us go look at our new visage, shall we? So I'm gonna take the hat off just so that we get the full effect when it hits. This is what the cat ears look like, since we haven't really seen them in a while. This is what the jackal head looks like with the ears, instead of the hat covering them. We got pumpkins. We got sugar skulls. Now you can see what the hair looks like on them. We got the smoker dude. And now we have the great old one. Extra slimy. Pigment. Pop art. Skin. Yar. And that is our Cthulhu / Dungeons and Dragons head. Time to spam EB and get that juicy crit frighted effect. Yeah, add to the bone. So there is Bonehead, Corpse Paint, Flower Power, Golden, I Am Pretty, or my favorite, Poltergeist. There's Boss, Director, Magical, Rebel, Are You Okay? Crest, Ancient, Eagle, Hubris, Quack, Vulture, Gray, Hawaii, Go Get 'em, Fancy Cat, I Am the Knight, Plague Doctor, Crow, Masquerade, Steampunk, War Never Changes, Chimkin, and Pooh, Winter is Coming, Foxy, Goodest Doggo, Jackal, Stealth, Pumpkin, On Fire Today, Pumpkin King, Rotten, Starving, Winter Vegetable, Sugar Skull, Bruja, Dia de Muertos, Sandy Claus, Noche de Muertos, Smiley, Smoking Kills, Lung Damage, Miner's Lung, Alt, Gerald, and then all the ones that we've been through. Poltergeist is still my favorite. Sorry, I like the glowing blue skull. I'm gonna try to find something to complement this skull. I'm gonna go with Old Timer. pretty snazzy. Matched the bow tie? Hats were very recent. That's why there's no naming for the hats, unfortunately. I'm gonna go with this. Old timer. Yeah. This is my new look. There's not enough black in his suit, so I'm matching the top hat to the bow tie at this point. You quite like the sugar skulls? They are pretty fun. That's what I'm going with. Notice how here my visage also has a top hat. I kind of love that. All right, we've done everything. It's time to end the day. Well, chat, another day under the cat. Let's go. Spawn mail. Hello. What's this? A complication. A complication. What does the news say? Crow News. 3 up-and-coming athletes under trial for manslaughter of 2 rivals. Attack of the deadly pastry. Coffee shop patron goes into anaphylactic shock after ingesting cat hair with cake. The Economista says, Sundowner taking a massive hit in the stock exchange today as CEO accidentally shot during a drone misfire. Local scoop. The world's oldest person still around and kicking. The Daily Moon. Will the police finally do something about this highway menace? Well, the world's on fire. It's getting pretty dark in here. It's pretty smoky in the globe today. Morning Grim. My, your hands will be kept mighty busy today. What the darn have you been up to over at the office? From what I can see in the data, it looks like a proper mess. Quota for the day. Good night, Mr. Scrake. Sleep well, and may all of your modding work out for you tomorrow. All right. Out of 8 humans, a total of 7 have to die. At least 2 humans with a religious background have to die. Spare any retired people, if possible. Well, no time to waste. Get thee to it, fate. Notice how even the paper we got our mail on is grimy. Alrighty then. Just gonna put this in a way that we can get